everybody, welcome back. I'm Urvashi and today in this video I'm going to be talking about Rahu's transit in Rohini. So Rahu has already been in Rohini since the 25th of January, but this is a long transit. Rahu will be in Rohini up to October and it's an important transit, so I just decided to go ahead with it in spite of being a little late. So first let me explain to you what this energy is like, and then I'll come down to why it is important, and I'm also going to be talking about for all the nakshatras. So you should watch this video from your moon nakshatra. I am also going to give a link below about videos I made regarding explaining what Rohini is, in case you guys are interested in watching a little more about Rohini and knowing why I'm saying what I'm saying. You can watch that video. There are 2 videos I've made on Rohini. I'm going to give the links below as well as here. So Rohini is a very, very creative nakshatra, very, very fortunate nakshatra that is connected to luck and wealth at the same time. And this nakshatra has the power to create or get whatever it wants, is blessed with that kind of an energy. The moon exalts in the sign of Taurus. The moon is the natural lord of the 4th house, the house of comforts, home, mother. And the 2nd house, the sign of Taurus, is about wealth, food and family and speech as well. And moon gets exalted there because moon feels comfortable with all the wealth, all the comfort, all the food. Moon represents, moon signifies food and moon signifies comfort. So it is with wealth, with family, with good food that we feel comforted. So that is why the moon exalts there. And Rohini is in the heart of Taurus. So Rohini has all the qualities of the sign of Taurus. The sign of Taurus or Rohini is all about wealth and comfort and luxury and beauty and creativity and production and agriculture and business and fertility and relationships and sometimes a bit of overindulgence. So now since Rahu is going to be transiting there, and Rahu is this bodiless demon, he just has a head, and his hunger cannot be satiated. His hunger cannot be finished. It's never fulfilled. He never feels full. So Rahu wants to eat more and more, get more and more of anything and everything, because the tummy is not there. So Rahu doesn't know when to put an end to something. Now that is going to be the problem in Rohini. Even though it's a great place for Rahu, this is a good house for Rahu. Rahu feels very comfortable in Taurus because it's a house of luxury and comfort and wealth. That is what Rahu wants: comfort, wealth, luxury, enjoyment, partying. And but Rahu is, like I said, without a body, so Rahu does not know where to stop. That is going to be the problem with Rahu and Rohini. Everything, nothing is black or white. These are energies. It's how we utilize that energy. The same energy can be utilized in a very positive manner, and the same energy can be utilized in a very, very negative manner. So this is a great energy for growth, great energy for production, great energy for creativity, for creating something. Anything related to food, fashion, beauty, producing, agriculture, anything that has any amount of creativity in it, anything that has any amount of luxury in it, any wealth you want to create. If the dashas are right, this transit is awesome. Rahu is the planet for ideas. Rahu can give us a lot of ideas. In the nakshatra of Rohini, it can give us a lot of ideas of how to create wealth, luxury, how to change our looks. Many people now would be interested in changing their looks, in creating some kind of a fashion statement, and in buying luxury items for their home, depending on where this nakshatra falls, in which house, and which house Rahu rules, in the chart. So people would be interested in, buying a lot for their house, buying a lot for themselves, creating a fashion statement for themselves, or maybe eating a lot. Your food habits will change. You may start eating more. So take care of your food habits. This may completely ruin your diet plan, and you may be spending more, because this nakshatra is all about luxury and comfort and enjoyment. So you may be depending again on your dasha and how Rahu is in your chart. So this could be a little bit of overindulgence as well. Again, you have to connect what I'm saying in the introduction with what I'm saying later on for each of the nakshatras. So for the nakshatras that are going to have a good transit, this energy will act in a positive manner for you. And for those nakshatras for whom this will not be a very good transit, the same energy will show its negative side for you. What is the negative side? Overspending, overindulgence, vanity, too many relationships outside social norms, going beyond your budget, getting into debt can also be seen with this nakshatra. Or somebody who, if you've planned your family, you may just, without really thinking or wanting to, you may get blessed with a child. It's about producing, it's about creating, it's about growth, it's about fertility. So you need to be careful of what you're doing when Rahu is in Rohini. So there is an amount of desire, heightened desire in this nakshatra. You will have a lot of desire for all that wealth, for all that comfort, for all that luxury, and that desire may not finish anywhere. You will maybe want to work more and more harder, and you will not know where to draw the line, because Rahu does not have a body, it's just the head. So you may just not know where to draw the line, and so this could be a stressful time for you, especially for those specific nakshatras that I'm going to mention later on. But for anybody, this same energy can work negatively if you get too ambitious, because Rahu is very ambitious. Rahu wants more and more of everything. So that may increase the stress, that may harm you on the physical self, wanting too much of all the luxury, of all the wealth, wanting too much to show off. So a lot of vanity, over expenditure can be there. So then again, debt can be there due to over expenditure. Too much of effort, too much getting involved in producing or creating or doing whatever you're doing, and not bothering about your health. That can be another negative side. Too much getting stuck up, too much getting stubborn and hung up on what you want, because that is also an energy of this nakshatra. Being stubborn, getting stuck up with what you want, going too much after it, getting into depression can be a result. So that can be another result of the Rahu's transit here. When you want too much, and sometimes when you want too much and we are not ready to settle for anything less, then there can be depressions. So depressions, bad health due to overworking yourself or stressing yourself out too much, and overindulgence in relationships. So 8th house effect, getting cheated or cheating somebody, that can be there. So debt, over spending can be there, and overeating can be there. So that would be putting on weight, diseases again, maybe even talking too much. Sometimes when you talk too much, then we tend to say a lot of wrong things. That can also be there. So that can also get us into trouble. Sometimes when we commit too much, when we say a lot, when we say things we aren't supposed to say. So Rahu is sitting there in the 2nd house in Taurus. So overly doing any of this can also get us into trouble. That we need to be aware of. But if you want to grow, if you have a business, if you have anything to do with creativity, anything to do with beauty, food, transport, vehicles, then this is one of the best nakshatras. Anything to do with children, then this transit can be used in a very, very benefic manner. But if this transit, like I'm going to discuss later on, if from your birth nakshatra this is not going to give you positive results, then you may be cheated or you may cheat someone. This can also show relationships outside social norms. This can show overspending, going into debt, depending on the promise in your chart. This can show mistakes and blunders. And this can show a lot of financial growth, a lot of luck. So understand that it's a time for growth, luck factor, creativity, beauty. But there will also be an element of vanity. There will be overindulgence with food and with relationships and with spending. So be very wise for the next 6, 8, 9 months, because this energy is going to be very, very dominating. And the results that I'm going to talk about for the nakshatras are going to be very enhanced, because both Saturn and Rahu are transiting in nakshatras of the moon. So both these planets will give you kind of similar results. Both these planets are aligned with each other. So the results that you feel from your birth nakshatra are going to be very strong, because these planets, both of them, are aligned. Slight variations will be there, because Saturn is causing Sadesati in Shravan right now. So there will be slight variations, but the effect of both these planets combined from your birth nakshatra is going to be giving a combined result, an enhanced result, as they are very much aligned, since they are both in the nakshatra of moon. So now I'm going to be talking about the nakshatras. Each of the nakshatras, check this from the nakshatra of your moon. I will start with nakshatras ruled by the moon. So for the moon nakshatras, which are Shravan and Rohini and Hasta, this is a very, very crucial time, because Shravan is undergoing Sadesati. Lots of pressure Shravan people may be feeling right now. But all the 3 moon nakshatras are impacted by Saturn and Rahu. So here you will see major events in your life. Major incidents will happen that will just change your mindset completely. Your mentality, your thinking, your attitudes, your interests, your perceptions will be changed. For Shravan people, there could be new career opportunities. Your entire life path related to your career or profession can change, if especially you have the dasha of these planets, especially the dasha of Rahu. Then the Mars ruled nakshatras. The Mars ruled nakshatras, Mrigashira, Dhanishta and Chitra. Very favorable time for you, very, very supportive time for you. In the other video, in the Saturn video, some of you said that I did not talk enough for Dhanishta. So all 3 nakshatras, this transit of Rahu is very favorable for you. You are going to get easier results. Financially also, this is going to be a good transit for you. But also watch my videos on Saturn's transit. But both these planets are supporting each other in giving good results to the Mars related nakshatras. Then the Rahu ruled nakshatras. So here we have Shatabhishak, and we have Ardra, and we have Swati. Good results again for the Rahu ruled nakshatras. Favorable for all 3. You are going to get results, you are going to get support in whatever you do. This energy is going to be supporting you in all your activities. Both these planets will be supporting you in transit. Then I'm going to be talking about Jupiter ruled nakshatras. Extra caution is required. All the 8th house themes will be very activated. Both Saturn and Rahu are working such that the Jupiter ruled nakshatras will not get easy results. Unexpected results will be there. Ups and downs will be there. Especially Punarvasu, but all three. So do not try anything new. Do not overindulge. Do be very careful on what kind of relationships you're getting into. Be very careful of being cheated, of cheating or being cheated. Those themes are more enhanced. Overindulgence, overspending, getting into debt. For Jupiter ruled nakshatras, extra caution. Then the Saturn ruled nakshatras, Pushya, Anuradha and Uttar Bhadrapad. Extremely good time. Extremely supportive energy. You can get status and fame. You can get great results, especially Uttar Bhadrapad. But all three Saturn ruled nakshatras, this is a great time for you. Especially if you connect with others, especially if you work with others, especially if you reach out to others, try and help somebody else. In the process, you will get helped yourself and you will rise in status and name and fame. Then the Mercury ruled nakshatras. So Revati, Jyeshtha and Ashlesha. All three nakshatras, this is slightly a more difficult time. More obstacles, more hurdles, more unexpected enemies, more competition, especially Revati. But all three nakshatra people need to be alert about getting unexpected competition. Things are going to be more competitive for you. So just gear up and get ready to go that extra mile. Then I'm going to be talking about the Ketu ruled nakshatras. So the Ketu ruled nakshatras, that are Ashwini, Magha and Mula. For these three nakshatras, this is a comfortable time. Mentally, you will feel more comfortable, more confident. You will be able to spend better time with your family, with your home. There'll be a certain amount of comfort in the heart and home, and financially also things will ease out. Especially Ashwini, but all three nakshatra people will feel it. The Venus ruled nakshatras. So for Bharani, for Purva Falguni and Purvashada, this is not an easy time. Here Rahu will cause the maximum amount of illusions, confusions. Be very cautious with your finances. Be very cautious of any investments. Be very cautious in relationships. For all the warnings that I've been giving, especially for you people, you need to be more alert. The Rahu impact will be greater in not a very positive way. Especially if you have a dasha. If you don't have a dasha, then it's not going to bother that much. The Sun Ruled Nakshatras. For the Sun Ruled Nakshatras, for Kritika, for Uttarashada, Uttara Falguni, it's a favorable time. It's a time for growth. It's a time for moving forward. It's a time for getting support in your, especially your financial endeavors. So opportunities and ideas may come your way. So that is all for now. But I think you should also watch the other video on Saturn's transit. You will see there is a similar pattern in both these transits. So the result will be doubled, will be enhanced. You will feel it more. That is why I thought it's important, since both these planets are so aligned and they are going to impact our nakshatras in a similar way. It is important that I share this with you, especially if you have a dasha of these planets. You can expect these results. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.